We're also keeping track of Mother Nature and some storms there besides just political ones. Georgia's governor just declaring a state of emergency for Hurricane Florence. To the former FEMA Director David Paulison on all of that. David, I believe that makes 5 states and/or districts like the District of Columbia that have declared these emergencies. What does that get you? When you declare a state of emergency, what does that grant you?
That allows the governor to do some different things outside the legislature. It gives them a lot of authority to activate the National Guard, move supplies around, move people in. It opens a lot of doors for the governor to be very successful and be proactive with these storms coming in.
You know, much has been written and said about FEMA and its financial precarious situation here, multiple extensions for flood insurance programs and the like that aren't directly related to FEMA, but part of this concern people have, will FEMA be able to help out if it's in arrears or the flood program is technically $20 billion in debt, whatever it is? Does that worry you? Could you explain to people how that would not affect whatever help FEMA would offer?
Yeah, but the disaster relief fund is not part of that, and that's what's going to be here for this particular storm. This is a devastating storm coming in. There's like almost $1 trillion worth of housing stock in front of this storm, according to Zillow.
Wow.
So the FEMA is moving in very quickly. The states have done an excellent job. I'm very, very pleased with all of the governors. They've been very proactive. The state emergency managers have been proactive, getting people evacuated. Unlike what we saw in Katrina, we're seeing a very positive move, a very putting the politics aside. The governors are making the tough decisions and doing what they should be doing. I'm very pleased with that part of it. But the disaster relief fund is there. It's not being touched. The money will be there to respond to this disaster. In fact, FEMA is already moving trucks in, moving people in, moving supplies in, as are the states.
So finally, sir, and I appreciate you taking the time here, is it your sense that people who are told to leave their homes or get out of harm's way, some of them were told go south in the case of those living in North Carolina or South Carolina. Now, of course, given the changing trajectory of the storm, at least by the latest models, the south wasn't the place to go. Is the rule of thumb just keep going inland, go west, go west, go west?
Yeah, get as far away as you can. And the people have done what they've asked to do. We have supposedly 1.5 million people are already moving. If South Carolina is not far enough, moving to Georgia, moving to Florida, they need to get away from this storm. Particularly the ones that are on the coast, and particularly the ones that are in low-lying areas. There's going to be a lot of flooding with this storm. It's going to bring a lot of rain, and what the weather channel is saying is this thing's going to sit there for a while, and maybe 20 or 30 inches of rain in this small area.
Yeah, that's the biggest danger if it just sits there, regardless of its wind speed. Thank you, David Paulison. Very good of you to come by.
You're welcome.